Hey there, everybody. Welcome in. Happy Sunday. I'll make sure I get my mic right so y'all can hear me. Happy Sunday. Uh, y'all want to see my dirty dishes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So today, it's going to be great. Let's see if I can move it to a different spot. That'll help. I'm just washing dishes anyway. Let's see. Uh, oh man. Hey there, welcome in. Happy Sunday. Oh Lord, keep feeling like the microphone going everywhere but where it's supposed to go. Hope you can hear me all right. I know I got the water going. Welcome in. Happy Sunday. How y'all doing today? I know I kind of been okay, awesome. Thank you, Brandon, for giving me that confirmation. Oh Lord. Hold on. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Like you trying to jump off my darn neck and stuff. Make no darn sense. Anyway, welcome in. How y'all doing? Oh, you went to church? Good for you. I hope you enjoyed yourself. For those who dabble in that realm. Now, like I said, today is supposed to be a reset for me. Day so far going pretty good. Can't complain. Had a pretty tough end of my week, but like my shirt say, the horrors persist, but so do I, baby. Sometimes you just gotta let people know you're not for play. But enough about that negativity. I had enough of that over the weekend or the end of the week. So today is a new day, new energy. I'm gonna do my best to get myself back on track because again, if you didn't have a great week, you can always try again. That's the beautiful thing about all this. Oh, Wesley, I found her. She's on the jar. No, little ladybug. My son and I've been trying to rehabilitate for the last couple of days. Jesus. She's doing a whole lot better. She had a cracked shell, and we just been feeding her honey water and lettuce, and she's been up and veering around. We call her a little acrobat. She just be somewhere everywhere. I call her a little daredevil. She be doing front flips. I like the cooking best. Cooking best. You talking about when I be cooking? I mean, I ain't a cook, but I cook. Been doing it as long as I've been doing it. Well, my son says I cook the best, so I'll take it. So, but I'm exhausted from my kids being on tour. Oh shoot, okay. Well shoot, I hope you're able to get some proper rest. Don't let them kids stress you out. Shoot, life too short for that. Let them go read a book or something. Like, hey, I need a break. I need a moment. Cause I get it. I don't know. I feel like I don't tend to have as many issues with my children simply because they're a lot older, so they know how to occupy their own time these days. So I ain't really gotta stress about that type of stuff too much, like I used to. But I earned my stripes. Trust me when I tell you. Today is my last day on tour. Okay. Well, shoot. I feel honored. I feel like I'm in the presence of a superstar. Let me find out. Yeah, they're 279, so pretty darn. Yeah, those some interesting ages. Sure, I've been far removed from them age range. But like I said, I hope you're able to get some proper rest. Because it is indeed important. Like I said, I'm learning that more and more. The more I have situations and encounters that drain my energy, the more I recognize I need to just take a step back and do the things that I love to help me get back on track. One of those things is listening to music. I'm a big music buff. I love, love, love music. It's actually like a coping mechanism for me too. Yeah, I already showed the ladybug, buddy. Well, thank you for the like and the subscribe. Appreciate that. Yeah, I know. I know. We're in interesting times, but it's all gravy. Which I just want to let you all know. I've definitely been working on the channel side. There are some videos if you haven't had a chance to check them out. But I do have some videos that are under the membership tiers now. So if y'all interested, feel free to join the channel membership so you can get into that exclusive content before anybody else. If you like, no pressure, because it's all free, and I keep it light, or keep it light, free, and airy around here. At least I try to. Till people play with my top, then I gotta pop off. So but this is how I like to be. I like to be calm, cool, and collected majority of the time. I ain't with that chaotic stuff, but sometimes you gotta show folks that you ain't the one to play with. So don't let that that's my tip of the day. Don't let nobody play with your top. Disrespect is disrespect. I don't care how they try to dress it up. Address it right then and there, so you don't gotta regret it and think back and harp on it later. Cause Lord knows, I swear I've been doing a whole lot of harping lately. That's why I'm like, what is we? Is this another retrograde? Like what? What is going on? Folks out here trying to trigger other folks because they low energy or something. Like what's going on out here? Because I'm a person, I like my peace. Shoot. Anyway, it said check out my song. Daddy's released Friday. Okay. Oh, so you're a music artist. Okay. I can definitely do that. That is for sure. I gotta make sure home. Let me see if I can snapshot this so I don't forget that. Oh, which hey Warrior Lifetimes, how you doing? Good to see you. Okay, I got it. Sweet. Hold on. Get off my screen. Thank you. Has kids in the new video. I don't understand why that would be important to me, but okay. Hey, I'm going and get this disclaimer now. If you a bot in here trying to play, today ain't the day, baby. Go on about your business. Don't do too much. Don't do too much. But if you genuine and your intentions are true, then kudos to you. That's where I've been myth busting like a motherfucker lately. That intuition don't never fail. Like I said, I'm here for a good time. Good time today. Trying to keep it light while I get my house in order for the week. But yeah, I just shoot. I've been doing my best work on channel content, getting my stuff organized to be able to get more videos and stuff established so I can be a little more consistent or get back to being more consistent with my general videos because I know I've kind of just been leaning heavy on the lives lately. Not that I don't mind it, but I want to get back to doing both on a more consistent basis. But like I said, I still been having a bit of some challenges, but I'm doing my best to work through them. So for those of you who still being patient with, seeing a lot of the stuff I've been promising, thank you for your patience. Because I promise you, it ain't because I ain't working on it. I promise you, I am. But like I said, other people just don't want to let you be great, or don't want to let me be great. So it's taking me a little longer, but you know how that saying go: good things come to those who wait. So I'll just remain, patient in the meantime and keep doing what I can day by day. So that's all I can do. So I'm not gonna beat myself too much up on that. It's important to them because they love my music videos. Cool. Brandon, the vision with all music. It's just a channel I go and listen to track people. Oh, okay. Well, kudos to you. Doing it for the cheering. Shit, I feel like somebody got to look out for them. Got a lot of irresponsible people running around here with kids these days. You getting into some everything, so I guess it's good you trying to be a positive influence for them out here in the life. Cause Lord knows they could use some of that. But yeah, I don't too much concern myself with providing content for them, just because I know the little stipulations and stuff around that. So as far as YouTube is concerned, I keep myself for the grown folks primarily. Outside of little cameos from my son from time to time, but he most time be photo bombing and stuff anyway. So I don't be trying to put him in my videos. He gravitate towards it sometimes. But yeah, today, like I said, just wanted to check in, see how everybody's week went. Any things we want to talk about. I know I'm probably gonna be trying to do another post here soon to see what other topics and subjects you want to talk about as far as the esoteric lives, all things esoteric. Because I did see that we had a bit of a good turnout for that live, and people seem to really enjoy what I presented. So for those who did attend that, if you're here today, thank you, appreciate that, and I hope you're able to learn something and or research, some of the stuff I presented, so you can inform yourself. Because that's what it's all about, keeping yourself informed. You don't have to believe or like it or whatever, but just be aware that it's out there. The knowledge is out there if you seek it. Because I also recognize that not everybody is like myself, who just have a curious mind in the sense of wanting to be informed about certain things that would be considered like taboo and all that jazz. So, and then I recognize there's people out there who know a heck of a lot more than I do. Because again, I still consider myself like a novice when it comes to learning about all the spiritual knowledge and esoteric knowledge and stuff like that. I still very much so consider myself a student. So it's it's definitely a marathon, not a race type of thing. It's not something you can just wake up one day and just know everything. Got to really work at it. Oh, thanks. What is dealing with my kid right now? I'm just chilling in bed. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's my go-to most of the time. My room is my safe space, or my happy place, I should say. Excuse me. All right, well, take it light. Country for life. Take it light. Have a good rest of your day. So let's see. So we talked about channel, community posts, esoteric stuff. Um, I guess I guess I kind of already touched on like gang stalking stuff because I know I haven't really been too focused on it, trying not to be focused on it. However, if you know, you know, sometimes you get sucked in whether you want to or not. Sometimes I allow myself to get sucked in. But like I said, I don't know, I'm in a place now where I'm like, I can ignore it most of the time, but it's like, why? People be wanting, be attention seeking so bad. And I feel like it's been like happening more and more lately. So yeah, I'm just at that point where I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna sit on my hands about shit like this anymore. So if it bothers me, I'm gonna say something. Which I want to get better at catching stuff in the act in the moment. Like my husband said, he like, shit, baby, I need you going ahead to get your bag off of these folks. They want to sit here and do all the foolishness. Might as well put them on camera and get your bag. And I can't say that I disagree with that. Shit, they want to give me free content. Since we know they be making money off of us too, why not make money off of them? But anywho, like I said, let me keep it light. Trying not to let myself get sucked back into that too much. But for any of those of you who are TIs, again, my heart goes out to you. If you've been dealing with excessive bull spank this week too, and I hope it gets better for you. I really, really do. But yeah, I don't know. I just kind of been thinking about a lot of different things and the direction I want my channel to continue to go, and focusing on just trying to get back to me, because I recognize that the more I focus on me, the more I seem to get these attacks, which is really wild to me, because you would think it'd be the opposite. You think if I was out here minding everybody else's business, people, of course, would in turn want to mind mine. But it seems like the more I focus on myself, the more I experience these types of, behaviors and stuff. And I recognize now, knowing what I know, it's more so because I'm building myself up, which is not what some of them want. They want me to be sad and depressed and destitute and hopeless and fearless. And I definitely have my moments where I feel like, like this stuff can be a little much at times, but never hopeless, never helpless, because I know that's another emotion they tend to want people to feel too, but I don't feel that way. I do feel like sometimes I don't really have other people in my corner outside of my spouse, but I know that there are some TIs who don't even have even a spouse or a significant other to kind of have a back. So I'm learning to be grateful for what I do have in that department. And I recognize that those that are like myself, if they, come and present themselves truly and got good intentions, they will. And then we can all team up together and keep looking out for each other. But until that time, till those people manifest or arrive in my life, I got to keep being, lone wolf, solo dolo. So that's why I said I'm just getting better with trying to handle it a little better. I don't get it right every day, but I'm trying. Trying not to give in to those inner baser instinct, you know, you want to go upside somebody's head. 'Cause I was about there. So like I said, thank goodness for this community that I have on here. You know, you guys, I be thinking about you guys a lot too, and I be wondering what's going on with you all. Like I actually had an opportunity to learn of some other another young lady's channel who is a TI, and I actually been finding a lot of solace in her content and what she's been posting also, or what she has posted, because I think she's been going through it since 2011. I think she said it was either 2011 or 2018. Let me pull this down. Yeah. And I swear her attitude about the whole thing is just like how I feel in this moment. Like she's just so blunt about when she be experiencing what she experienced. And I'm like, yeah, that's how we should be. We should, again, give no fucks about people who want to, you know, play games and then want to act like the victim. Like, nah. Because I know I'm not a victim. Like, I have people trying to victimize me, but I'm not a victim. I'm a fighter. And I think in my last post, what I said, I'm a thrive regardless, or I'm a vibe regardless. That's what it was. I'm a vibe regardless. Continue pressing onward and upward. Just keep moving forward. But yeah, mostly throughout the throughout the week, said I'm just chill in the house most of the time. Boys doing school. Um, and I'll be working on my channel stuff. I do have some new things I'm trying to get myself into, but I'll wait until I actually get that stuff done because I don't want to jinx myself. Sorry, it's just loud. But yeah, some stuff I want to continue to work on and continue improving myself. Which I'm trying to see, got some delivery coming from my groceries. Yeah, because that's another thing too. Like I done had to get strategic about stuff like that instead of going out all the time to grocery shop and stuff. I was like, you know what? Actually, you're not regular. Like you you can save yourself and spare yourself the headache a lot of the time by just letting somebody else do it for you, because I'm such a type A personality. I really doing things for myself most of the time. I'm just, regular everyday things. But I'm also getting to a point where I'm realizing like every time I go out and about, it's like Shark Week. People be hard up for making their quota or getting they payday off of me and stuff. And it's like, yeah, well, I might as well just utilize these services that are there that I don't have to do all that. Again, if you know, you know. And I advise you, you can do the same. Do the same. You can afford to do it. Shit. I'm blessed. I don't have to too much stress about stuff like that on a regular. Let me can't stay peace. All right. Y'all gotta apologize. Hey, if I have to, one of the most honest people on the planet. You ain't gotta tell me. We all grown here. Plus I know it's more like a low-key video. It ain't drama filled, so I know a lot of people live for that. You don't give them what they want. I don't understand that that's the case. Like, I just know we live in a society people got attention spans and whatnot. Yeah, sorry, I know it's probably cut out. Just trying to finish cleaning up in here. Yeah, we can go talk properly. But I figured I'd give you guys a different like bird's eye view into my life a little bit. I'm not necessarily gonna become like a daily vlogger because I don't think I got too much interest in stuff going on for stuff like that. I mean, unless that's what y'all want to see. Pretty much gonna be me lounging around taking care of online stuff primarily on my computer and stuff, dealing with my electronics. But saying, I feel like I'm sorry about that. It's a long buffer. So I'm done in here. But yeah, this is me normally. I typically do try to stick to Sundays, but sometimes I ain't gonna lie to you. If I done had a week, I push it to Mondays, trying to take care of everything. So I'm actually on schedule today. So yay. Getting my bedding out of here. Okay, get in there. Sorry, trying to get this started. But yeah, like I said, it's been a pretty interesting week. But been feeling like I want to come on and talk, but sometimes I just don't. I don't know what to talk about other than when I have inspiration legitimately hit me. Other than that, I just be just let myself be guided to talk about whatever it is I want to talk about. Because I don't like to be, what's the word? I don't like to do what everybody else is doing, because I know that that's a common practice. If there's something popular going on, that's all everybody wants to talk about. But I don't know. I feel like if there's 100 people already covering it, would it really make a difference if one more covered it? So I feel like that's how I stay often. Excuse me, Sonny, Money. I feel like that's how I stay authentic. I got music going on. Let's see. I think Son's gonna help me bring in these groceries. Is it all there, or is it there? Yeah, I heard something. Let me see. See if the groceries here. Oh yeah, it is. Go ahead, bro. It's all right there. Oh, thanks. So yeah, we bringing in groceries. No more, so my son helping out. Shout out to all the boy moms out there. If you know, you know. It's a blessing to have, young strapping sons that can help you out on occasion. Because otherwise, they know their mom. Like I said, I'm type A. I typically do all this stuff myself. Even my husband would be like, babe, let them help you. I'm like, no, I'll do it myself. Okay, just pick them up and bring them in. Because it should be 3. I'll be right there. Yeah, you just toss them in that box. I'll be right there. We had a water break open on. Let's see. Yeah, I know they do that from time to time. So. Yeah, I was going to pick it up. No, it's all good. Oh yeah, that was cut open. That's what I'm saying. Well, shoot, if it was cut open, then he know what he did. It don't matter though. because it ain't gonna stop nothing. I said, see, even on my Sunday, we trying to rest, relax, and reset. GameStop don't take no breaks, y'all. That's why I can't take no breaks. Shoot, they probably out here watching me now. Hey. Oh shoot, hold on. You grab that side, I grab this side. Thank you. Let's get it all in. You want to get this one? Thank you. No, that's that hateration, guys. People see you being blessed. I don't like to see nobody blessed. So they got to do something to feel like they're humbling you. But I'm going to still utilize the service, baby. That's what it's there for. That's what it's there for. I really wish you would stop all weird stuff up around my house. Anyway, back to the regularly scheduled program that is me. Get in here and put this stuff up. I guess y'all get to see me restock the fridge. Set y'all right there. Okay. I'm about to say, if you want to slide the cold stuff over here, I'll go and start putting it up. Sure. I mean, it's your dad, but that'll be y'all two fighting it out for it.
I just want one.
Hey, remind me, we gotta make banana bread. See, this is what I do with old bananas. I make banana bread or muffins instead of throwing them out because they're just super ripe. That's all. Okay. 1 second. Yeah, just put it over here. I'll put it up. Got the lettuce. You know, we'll probably be having that meal kit today. Shoot, I might, oh, thank you. I was gonna say I might let you guys watch me make the last little Hunger Root meal kit we have today. Because I had to go ahead and stop that. One, we just haven't been like eating as much lately. We have been feeling like not peckish, but just not really overly was it like overly hungry? Because I've pretty much been at the moment I've been eating about 1 meal a day for like the last week. Not intentionally, but I just have been feeling hungry, and that happens sometimes with me and my family. Like there's times we're ravenous, and there's times where we just like. Go ahead. Here, you can put this in recycling. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, we got Kodiak. Yeah, I figured I'd show y'all because, you know, my gang stalkers are weird. They literally watch my groceries being delivered so they can come on here and tell me about what I got delivered to my house. But it's not the like fear factor that they think that is, because I already know they watching. Plus, it's like it just gives like you just mad because I got what I got and you don't, because otherwise it's just weird. I don't be sitting here worrying about what they buying for their groceries. I don't care. Room till I can find a decent place for it. But yeah, you know, people got to insert themselves in your life wherever they can, but don't let them. Here you go. Gonna put that in recycling. Thank Thank you, thank you. Let's see. Is she gonna drop my pineapple? One of my favorite things to get lately. Pineapple. I hadn't gotten any like the last 2 grocery shops, I think. Got some more salad. Yeah, your girl gonna have to go back to whipping it up off the dome. Cause like I said, I cut the hungry root for now. I just, or not for now, but indefinitely. I just want to try something different. And I was having like delivery interference, kind of like with today. People mess with my stuff or whatever, but not primarily because of them, but just in general. Oh, yeah, we got to put some of that in the freezer.
I got me some bread.
All right. So, normally we get the Dave's, but we got this one time. What is this? Oral wheat. And it's actually not that bad.
Okay,
Oh, shoot. Wait a minute. It's actually not that bad. I like it because it's a softer texture. No, leave that there. I got to put that up for cover. Oh, yeah, those you can just put in the fruit hammock thingamabob. Let me close this for the moment. Oh, man. Wait, there's a...
the funny thing is, I was just coming out to make myself something.
Yeah, no, I meant to tell you guys I had ordered groceries, so... Which this is just part 1, because part 2 should be coming later this week. Yeah, because that's another thing. Like, typically when I do shop like this, I'm shopping for the month to hope that it'll stretch for the month. So I know that some folks might like a whole lot, but in a house with 2, well, I'll say 1 11-year-old and then an 8-year-old, and then my husband, when he does come home, like, and myself, like, because like I said, they typically be little snack fiends. I'm not saying I don't have my moments, but they gotta have their snacks. Like me, yes. I can take it or leave it most days. Like I'm not, again, I like snacks, but I don't gotta have it every day, and that's okay.
For me, it's just like I'm not that hungry for a meal.
Yeah, but you like the snack. But you like the snack.
And I'm not peckish enough to ignore it.
But you like to snack though.
Yeah.
Oh, careful! Don't hurt stuff. So yeah. Plus, I think also because we homeschool, I provide breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So that's another reason why, again, it might seem like a lot than mostly what other people. Because I know some people tend to just buy for the week. And I mean, kudos to y'all if y'all like going to the store that often, but I don't. I like to kind of do like a one big haul and then go on about my business. That's why a lot of stuff I tend to freeze it to preserve it until we need it so it doesn't go bad. Like, you know, bread, I always put my spare loaves in the freezer. And then, which is actually good for you because it cuts down on the high, the glycemic index, if you didn't know that, of the like sugar, raising your blood sugar. That's something that I had learned inadvertently. I didn't even know that was a thing. But it is. Go on about you. See, I told you he be trying to throw himself in here wherever he can. I don't be putting it on my chin. Wait, is that all the food? I feel like I'm missing something. Oh no, okay, the tortilla's in there. I must have got it in here before I got it in there. I'm gonna put that in the freezer. And that's another thing too. I put the tortillas in the freezer until we need them because otherwise, you know, you run the risk of them going moldy and all that stuff. So no, it's happened. It's not often, but it does happen. So yeah, I think that's pretty much the groceries. Hold on, actually, we still got some produce over here, but we gotta clean some of this stuff. We got some pears, got some apples. Yeah, because we stay trying to keep fruit in the house. That's one of the favorite go-tos for snacks are apples. Um, yeah, my son said we're fruit fanatics.
And we love banana bread.
Yeah, I already told him about the banana bread. That's why I said I gotta use up those bananas in there.
Yeah. Mixing it with walnuts.
Well, shoot, we might be able to make some more of it today. Or well, actually no, because I gotta wait. I gotta wait till my sugar gets here. The sugar for because I think I'm completely out.
Oh yeah, you did tell me that you also want to try and make cookies.
Yeah, but that's what I said we're out of the sugar. So once we get that back, you can try again. Yeah, my son, he's been enjoying baking cookies from scratch because I have this like a chocolate chip recipe, just a general recipe we got off online, and he, likes to test out his skills and seeing how good he's getting at making them. Because his first couple of batches weren't that great, but that's okay.
And one of them crumbled to dust. Like you couldn't literally pick it up without taking it. And it tasted like vinegar.
Yeah. Well, not vinegar. I think you're talking about bacon, the baking powder or the baking soda. So yeah, so he's still working on it, but he's gotten better. He's had at least like 2 solid good batches that he's made.
About 3.
So yeah, in this house, I let my sons experiment in the kitchen. I let them learn how to cook. You can put those over there on the fruit rack. Thank you. Because again, I want them growing up knowing how to do, basic stuff like that and taking care of themselves. If they're not, inclined to have a significant other or whatever, they know how to do for themselves. They both responsible for their own laundry. I don't do their laundry unless I'm like just feeling like taking care of it for them. But most of the time they do that. And yeah, they got chores. I'm assuming like anybody else have chores. But for the most part, we all work together to keep the house together, keep the house up, and take care of the things around the home. I primarily, like I said, do the bulk of the heavy, deep cleaning, stuff like that. But yeah, they're responsible for their own rooms. I ain't one of the moms. I mean, I've had to stop myself because I used to be that mom going there and just, let me tidy up. But as they've gotten older, I'm like, no, they got it. Like, had to teach myself to like let go on some of that stuff. Oh, you want a brain though, so we can just put that pack in here instead of just having them all loose. If you want to put it like right there, and then I'll put them in. Yeah, I'm saying, shoot, what people think is a problem was actually a blessing because they saved us from having to cut it open. So shout out to you, Sam's Club delivery guy. Appreciate you. All I gotta do is put it in my refrigerator now. Ain't gotta fight to get it out no package. So let that be a lesson, y'all. When people try to work for evil for you, let it work for you good. Because it always will. Go ahead and put the water bottles up. Ooh, I don't know. I might have to finagle some stuff around and. What's that? Oh, the flavors.
Yeah.
What's up?
Trash
Oh no, you can put that in recycling. That's why I was cleaning it. Okay, you over there with the boxes. Relax. Yeah, this is just, I don't normally do groceries on Sundays, but we had just, like I said, we came back from visiting my husband in San Diego over the weekend, or like Thursday, Friday. So I would have typically already gotten groceries and all that, but since I knew we were gonna be traveling, I didn't bother because I figured it'd just be sitting here and going to waste. So that's why I waited. And I just feel like I've gotten more like efficient with kind of gauging when I need to restock. Because I'm that type of person, like I don't like to let my pantry staple items get too low before I re-up. Fun fact, well, not a fun fact, but actually a sad fact. I grew up in a household with food insecurity, meaning that oftentimes my mother couldn't afford basic necessities like groceries. And oftentimes myself and my siblings would have to kind of scrounge around the home for whatever was there. So that's another reason I'm like this. I don't like to see my fridge too empty because I know what that feels like. And that's why, again, I'm grateful that my children have never had to experience that. And hopefully never will. So, because it's not a good feeling, not having your basic necessities taken care of. So that's why I try to make sure mine have. And even still, shoot, I feel like this ain't even really much. This ain't even nothing, honestly. In the grand scheme of things, like I told y'all gonna see if I show y'all what I cooked this week, y'all gonna see just how fast this stuff dwindled down. Oh, you can put that under there. Yep. Was that all the loose water bottles? Okay, cool. All right, and that should be that. So yeah, I'll be definitely cooking this week. Going back to my old days. Man, I feel like I've made some of everything, but there's still like some staple things that I've never made. Like I've never made ribs. I've never made like collard greens. Any of y'all who know what that is, I've never like made stuff like that before. Because I feel like that's more of the heavy, like soul food-esque types foods. Don't get me wrong. I like to eat it on occasion, but it's not something that's really a staple item. Same thing, like I've never fried chicken. I don't eat fried chicken like that. I pretty much tend to do grilled or like broiled or baked. Of course, if I'm like having fast food, y'all have it. But as far as me making it, shoot, I'm terrified of that hot grease. I don't want to get popped by that mess. I had a bad experience once. And I was like, yep, never again. But I say more so my specialty is like baking. I used to bake a whole lot, especially when my oldest son was younger. Used to make like all his birthday cakes and various like different desserts and stuff like that. I really had like I used to watch like Martha Stewart all the time growing up, or especially like when I was in high school. And that woman was like my biggest inspiration for like a lot of what I do now, which I didn't even realize how big of an impact watching that lady's shows used to have on me. But I really used to enjoy watching the different recipes she'd make and come up with, as well as a bunch of other creators. But that would typically be what was on the TV when I come home from school. So I'd watch it because I remember I made like Apple Brown Betty for the very first time watching one of her shows. Which I had never heard of no darn Apple Brown Betty. I didn't even know what that was. But it was actually fairly simple to make, just like bread. What was it? Bread, apples, butter, sugar, and I think it was like milk. You drench it with milk and then you bake it or something like that. I haven't made that stuff in ages. But then I had fallen off of like baking for a while there because I was like calling myself on my health kick, trying to cut out sugar and all that. But I don't recommend that for me. It didn't work for me. Trying to go cold turkey on sugar was just ended up really bad. So I recognize like I get my sweet tooth that I do have naturally. Shoot, both my parents are the same way. But interesting fact about that, I actually learned that the foods that we crave and that we desire oftentimes are correlated to emotions. So typically, when people crave like sweet items, it's more so because they either feel a lack of love or that they want love or that they are in love. So I was like, I didn't know that. And the same thing with like salty items or salty foods. Um, Foods that are acidic and stuff like that, they're tied to various different emotions. I don't know them all top of my head, but for sugar, I knew that right away because I grew up with, in a binge household where my mom was like, you know, she would binge on sweets a lot. My dad was the same way. I never looked at it like that for him just because he was a man, but he used to eat a whole lot of snacks and sweets and stuff, but he worked in construction. So I got it from him because it's more so like energy. But growing up and looking back and stuff like that as an adult now and being able to connect all those dots and seeing how much of our formative years really do impact the way that we grow up and we come up. Same thing like with my exercising habits. I primarily like get that from my mother because she was always adamant on trying to exercise and starting up different programs and doing different things, but would have a hard time sticking to it. And that's where I get that from too. I have a hard time sticking to it just because I don't know. Like I used to not enjoy it at all. And it's not that I don't enjoy it now. It's just like I don't. It's just not the all in be all to me. Like I know some people like gym rats and they really like health fitness and it's like okay cool, if that's how you are, but that's just not me. Like I rather just live my life and eat what I want, do what I want. Of course, still do things to maintenance myself, keep myself as well as I can, but you know, I'm not gonna sit here and beat myself up because I had a Kit Kat or because I had a Twix or like who cares? Like at the end of the day, food is food. In all honesty, food is food. There is no good or bad food. It's just food. Now there are foods that are more nutritious than others. But outside of that, it's just food. And if we're living in this country, baby, all of it's been sprayed and tampered with and chemicals and all that anyway. So, you know, kind of got to work with what you got. That ends my tangent on that stuff. So right now I'm about to clean these pears.
Technically, everything has a negative drawback.
Yes, and you're correct. Too much of anything is a bad thing. Again, being a former binger, I definitely get it. I definitely understand. I still have my moments.
But great.
I'm saying, guys, with me, y'all gonna learn to understand. I'm an open book. I will never feel ashamed about anything I do or whatever because I'm just living life. I'm figuring things out. I don't always get things right, and that's what makes me human. Even though I don't consider myself human per se, but that's how the saying goes. So again, it's like don't get yourself too hung up on some of those like stuff like that. Give yourself grace. It's okay. If you dying to have that steak or that ice cream bar with, you only live once. Like, have it if that's what you want. Don't deny yourself. Life is too goddamn short. And it's like, okay, I don't co-sign that. I mean, for those who like frog legs, have them, I guess. But see, my oldest son, he into that exotic stuff. Like, I don't. He talking about some frog legs. That ain't my forte. Like I used to say, I'm like, I don't eat animals I ain't supposed to. But I recognize that, that might be all some people have accessible to them in their geographical location. And that's understandable and that's okay. Like I said, work with what you got. And don't let nobody try to shame you otherwise. Because that's one thing I am at least open to trying different cuisines and foods. Like I love the heck out of Thai food. I like Indian food. I like Italian food. But again, I just feel like I don't eat like
found a new shirt.
I just don't feel like I eat stuff like that as much as I used to. Here you go. But we do have our pasta. Like, freaking love ramen. Yes, it's a box. We got it.
You can do many things with a box.
Yes, I know. You constantly building.
Rocks with the rocks with the fork.
Yeah, you're constantly building things with boxes. We know. Oh, it's welcome back. I didn't know you left, but welcome back. I'm just sitting here rambling. Don't mind me. Bring y'all along for the ride. Should if my sons play their cards right, I might be trying to game with them later. What y'all think?
Yeah,
Play some Dead Island, smash some zombie heads. So for those of y'all who don't know, I love zombie games.
Yes, she does.
Like, I played them all. I feel like at this point, like, Left 4 Dead, Dead Island.
Yeah, I played Dying Light.
Dying Light, what's that one?
It's
Okay,
like-
that one does sound new.
So, well, it's not new. Well, there's two. There's the first one and the second one. But it's basically if Mirror's Edge was a zombie
Oh, okay. Well, shoot. What's that one? Dang it, I can never remember the name. But the one, Wester, you kept asking me what was I checking on my people? What was it
game.
called?
State of Decay.
State of Decay.
Yeah,
Thank
State
you.
of Decay.
So that, yeah, State of Decay. I consider Fallout like zombie,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, all the Fallouts,
That's
like
a
Fallout
apocalyptic.
76. Same difference because they still be up there eating
Uh,
things and people and stuff. So same difference. Boy,
Saw gun.
get that out of here.
Saw
Um,
gun. It's a saw.
Okay, you trying to hit me with that? Get out of here. Let's see.
Actually, no, real.
There's another one. I think it was a PC game though. That they also had on the console that I played like once or twice, but I just couldn't get the hang of it. But yeah, like Gears of War. I know that's not like a zombie game, but yeah, like Gears of War. What else? Look, those are the main ones I can think of off top of the dome. But yeah, I love zombie games. For any of those of you who game, I don't game as much as I used to because it definitely was like an outlet for me when I was doing it or was playing a lot more. But I know my boys still be like asking me to play with them on the games and stuff here and there. So I try to oblige them. But we also like board games and stuff like that. We got our own little like personal collection of board games. I'm saying our family's always been big on just kind of like making our own fun, online, offline, doesn't really matter. That's why most time we just be in here cracking up, just all day, just cracking up on, just our own antics and shenanigans.
We do carpet to be so strong. I decimated.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Like I scrubbed them into the wall.
So yeah, I'm probably, like I said, probably do some of that with them later. But yeah, I appreciate those of you who are still in here and just shooting the breeze with me. Saying you guys are the best. My phoenixes are the best. And if you're not a phoenix, what you waiting on? That's all I'm saying. What you waiting on? Go ahead and elevate your life. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, feel free to join the community. Become a phoenix. Cause shoot, I promise I die and rise from my ashes at least once a day at this point, like once or twice a day. I'm being honest. That's the beautiful thing about that creature. Once it's done serving its purpose for that cycle, it gets to be reborn again. Kind of like how I feel about myself. So can never be down and out unless you choose to be. Got to keep smiling regardless. Keep pushing forward. Like I said, I had a moment this weekend. I really was not okay. I was like, yeah, I'm not okay. I'm not good. My mental was being tried and tested. But thank God for like I said, for the loved ones that I have and me having an understanding best friend / spouse that I have. Like, I'm very grateful that I have such a good support system with just my little family unit. And anybody else that, wishes me well, I appreciate it. If you send good vibes this way, I appreciate it. Because we all need somebody to, have our backs and be in our corners. And I recognize, and not a lot of people have that, especially in these days and times. It's kind of hard to know who to trust and know who really got your best interests at heart. Like I said, I ain't perfect by no means, but I try. Not for perfection, but I just try to be a better person. I try, and I hope you are too. So I'll be right back over there. So yeah, I don't know about y'all, but I clean my fruit. That's for sure. We typically do a vinegar and baking soda concoction in some water. Soak it about 10-15 minutes, depending on what it is. If it's something super porous, maybe a little longer, like berries and stuff like that. I know sometimes it's better to just clean those right before you eat them. But for the most part, I tend to keep all of this stuff clean because you just don't know where it's been, who done been touching on it, sneezing on it, coughing on it, especially if it's fruit that's out of a package. So I definitely recommend that. If you don't, same thing with your lettuce. Even if it says pre-washed sometimes, if it looks sus, it's okay to give it another clean. It's okay. Yeah, you can break it down, bud, and put it in recycling. Okay. What, a boomerang? An L. So, why she gonna take off after I say this? So when we cutting your hair? Right now? You ready? You ready to do it right now?
I'm chill today. Maybe next.
Yeah, I knew he been ducking and dodging his haircut. I don't typically cut his hair anymore, but it's a matter of just trying to take it down a little bit. It's been getting hotter out here in AZ. So we about to find out what this summer weather about to feel like for the first time. I'm kind of excited for it though. Something about the sun and stuff out here I feel like it recharges me. Feels really good. You dismiss? Get out of here.
I'm not dismissing myself.
Where's the ladybug? Has it escaped again?
No, the little escape. Never mind.
She's
just right
she's
here.
doing
Wait,
her.
never mind.
She's doing her laps.
She's here. She always does her laps. Back where we from, the Florida heat was hotter than the sun.
No, Florida is just more so humid, not necessarily like hot all the time. But out here it's like hot.
It's cold. It's freezing.
But yeah, y'all look. I'm wearing a sweater though.
Yeah. We live in dangerously.
I'm saying sometimes I be super cold, but it be hot outside. Oh yeah, can you find me a bowl or something? Or no, I actually don't clean these until I use them. So yeah.
What?
The bell peppers. Was there anything else I need to put Oh well, no, we gotta take care of the apples.
Yeah.
Can you get the container? Yeah, we kind of try to clean everything all at once, so that way we don't have to worry about doing it during the week. So, yeah, Gala is my favorite, or me and the family is our favorite. But I'm not I wouldn't turn down like a Pink Lady or a Granny Smith on occasion. All right, so I like to put them in this food container, and we fill it up, and we do the baking soda and the vinegar, and we soak them, like I said, for the 10-15 minutes to clean them. Anyway, because I know some pesticides are like water resistant or whatever, and they tend to be like that waxy film type of pesticide that they put over stuff like that. And from what I understand, you'd have to do like boiling water to get out. But I'm like, yeah, I feel like that's like destroying the eggs, so, or eggs, the apples. So sometimes what I do, I just peel the skins before I eat the apple. If I still feel like it's like, because there's sometimes it be heavy on the wax and sometimes not. So it just depends. If I feel like it's clean enough. And I know these are like on that dirty dozen list. Let's see. But yeah, I became more like aware of stuff like this after going through cancer, is trying to be more mindful of like avoiding stuff that's heavily chemically like laden, and like the things I use to like clean my home. I try to stick with products that are more on the natural side. Um, and like yeah, bleach is like a definite no go for me. I don't really use bleach. I use vinegar instead, which is kills 99.9% of germs. I don't like, but it dissipates after a while. And or you can always like dilute it with water, which of course would affect the efficacy, but it still works. I gain and all that. That stuff dunks up your washing machines. That's why you get all that like film and stuff. Because most of the time people are using too much, or a whole heck of a lot more. So just a little tip, a couple little tips for you if you did in a homemade. Like I used to make my own laundry detergent before it got popular, because I know people now be doing the big old bins with all the powder and all that stuff. But I used to do it before, like I guess it got big on social media to do stuff like that. Because I know I used to have an uncle who used to always. What is he doing? No, he's in there beating it up again, beating up the box. But yeah, like I was saying, I used to do that stuff just to be cost effective and save my family money. Um, because again, we didn't always have what we have now, which again still ain't a lot, but we I always am looking for ways to like save my family money. Not maybe not as tenaciously as I used to, but sometimes with the way I buy things, it can look like, oh, that's a lot, but it's really not in the grand scheme of things. But most of the time, my family and I, we don't, like I said, we don't really do a lot of like everyday like cruises and stuff like that. So how we find our little creature comforts is, food, entertainment, electronics, that's our creature comforts. Whereas most people are taking trips and going to movies and all. My back signal to go ahead and start getting off here. I don't know who's all still in here. If I try to get this water in here, sorry, these apples. Hello. That was a long buffer. Anyway, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. Thank you guys for joining in. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, become a member if you so desire. You can also continue or support your girl if you feel inclined. I have my PayPal and Patreon listed in the description of the channel. But until next time, go ahead and sign out. See you later.